All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Are you losing money? Have you been trading for 6 months, maybe a year? Maybe you discovered the stock market and trading like I did during the CV pandemic, right at the start of it. And maybe you opened up a Robinhood account, a WeBull account. Maybe you found TD Ameritrade or Interactive Brokers. And maybe you've been trading for a few months, maybe close to a year, maybe more, and you're having a really hard time building your capital. Maybe you have a stimulus check and a dream, and you want to get that $1,400 up to $2,500, right? That's your first goal, $2,000, $2,500. Maybe you just want to make $50 a day. Maybe you've taken a string of losses after finding some success, but recently you've been on a losing streak. Well, this video is directed towards you. This video is for new traders, specifically traders with smaller accounts. Now that could be $500 or less. That could be $1,000, maybe $2,000. I really do want to help you. And a lot of these ideas, these 5 items, this is 5 tips to make you a more profitable trader. Many of them go against conventional trading guru advice. So I really want to stress this before I get into this. There's an entire industry out there that is designed to mislead us, right? An entire industry that is designed to get us to practice, trading habits that don't actually work, that are not actually profitable. Now, why would they want to mislead us? Why would they want us to pick up trading practices that don't actually make us money? Because we provide the liquidity for the institutions. It's pretty simple. So 5 tips to make you a more profitable trader. And again, this is directed towards newer traders, specifically with smaller accounts. So number 1 is supply and demand trading. The supply and demand trading strategy is extremely powerful. And the reason it's so powerful is because it allows for you to choose the areas where you want to be active in the markets. It puts the odds on your side, right? When I chart supply and demand zones, and then I take a trade in those zones, the probability of that trade actually working out is so much higher than if I were to just randomly trade patterns or gap ups or breakouts in between these zones. The probabilities are much higher that these trades are going to work out for me. So it really does put the odds in my favor. Now, a supply or demand zone is basically a period of consolidation followed by a very big move, right? For a demand zone, it's a period of consolidation, sideways movement, followed by a very big move to the upside. And a supply zone is the exact opposite. It's a period of consolidation followed by a very big move to the downside. So I chart these zones out and I wait for price to enter these areas, and that's where I'm active. That is when I'm putting a trade on. And since I have been using supply and demand, the supply and demand strategy, I have been so much more profitable than the first few months when I first started trading about a year ago now, a little over a year ago, and I was unaware of the strategy. So look into supply and demand. This video isn't about how to chart the supply and demand zones. I will make that video, but there's a ton of information on YouTube on how to chart supply and demand. Look into it and maybe apply it to your trading strategy. I really do think it will help you become much more profitable without it. Number 2, get rid of the indicators, right? I told you this was, some of this was going to go against conventional trading advice. But the thing about indicators is they don't actually move the market. What moves the market is supply and demand. Right? Some people call it fear and greed. I think that's a Warren Buffett quote. But supply and demand is really what moves the market. The indicators don't move the market. The indicators actually lag price. The 2 most important indicators that everybody should be paying attention to, but a lot of people don't, is price and volume and market conditions, right? But having the MACD or the RSI or Bollinger Bands and moving averages all over your charts, it's very distracting. It's noise. And none of that stuff actually moves the markets, which means that none of that, reading any of that and taking trades based on it, in the long run is actually going to make us any money. So if you're using a lot of indicators and you keep taking losing trades, get rid of the indicators and maybe take a week or two off of trading and just read price, read volume. A couple of indicators I do use are the SPY and the NASDAQ, right? Those are two indicators that actually help you take winning trades because you get a sense of the market conditions, you get a sense of what the overall market is doing, what the direction and the market context is on that day. But all this other stuff, this is why 95% of traders lose money. 90% or 95% of new retail traders end up losing money. It's because they're waiting for the MACD and the RSI and their moving averages all to come to this one pinnacle moment where they're going to put a trade on, and even when it does, it falls through. So if you're losing trades and you're reading indicators and you have more than like one on your chart, get rid of them and focus on price and volume. I really do think that will help you become a more profitable trader. Number 3, take less trades, right? A lot of people think just because I have $2,000 and I can take, like, let's say you're trading options, you can take, with a $1,000 account, you can take 10 $100 trades within a day. And a lot of people think, well, just because I have the money to take 10 trades in one day that I should. Well, you actually shouldn't. You should really focus on specific trades that are going to be the best, most pristine setups. Instead of just sort of wildly throwing money at the market just because you can, focus on specific setups and be very, very selective. Right? You have to have standards for the kind of trades that you want to take. And if you focus on taking less trades, the probability of you taking losing trades is a lot lower, right? Because the more you trade, the more likely it is you're going to take a losing trade, right? We all have to take losing trades. That's just part of the game. But you can minimize the big losses if you're really focusing on your setups, focusing on maybe it's patterns within a supply and demand zone, and sniping your trades, right? Maybe focusing on one a day. I took 2 trades today and I made almost $200. The old me would have tried to get it over 200, or I would have said, I've got to try to make 250. I would have taken a third and a fourth trade and probably lost most of my profit. So I took 2 trades today. But I like to focus on maybe 1 trade a day, and if you have to, maybe focus on 1 or 2 trades a week and really try to snipe those trades. That I definitely think will help a lot of you become more profitable, because most of you, just like I was, are taking way too many trades, especially if your account is like $1,000. What are you doing taking 3 or 4 trades in one day? No. Take 1 good trade and get out and come back the next day, live to trade another day. Number 4, pick a few regular names to follow and trade them. A lot of people just trade way too many. They have their eyes on way too much. The main reason that following a handful of names and trading them on a regular basis is the main reason that this will make you more profitable is because you get to intimately learn how this name works, right? You really get to know the stock. For me, you get to build a niche, right? And you can come back to the market day after day and extract money out of a couple particular names. For me, my niche is the fintech. I love trading PayPal and Square because with options, these stocks, they move sometimes $10 a day, either up or down. So with options, you can make a lot of money trading these names. but that's sort of my niche. And I've really gotten to know, where the buyers and the sellers are active on PayPal. I know where the supply and the demand zones are on PayPal. I know how PayPal can kind of act first thing in the morning where there's a lot of volatility and then the volatility sort of dies off. I'm intimately getting to know these names so that they become familiar. The trading gurus will have you looking for a brand new gap up stock using the Thinkorswim filter or maybe the FinViz filter. So people are like chasing gap ups or breakouts or gap downs, or they're chasing, crazy patterns on the daily chart, and they're looking for like a brand new stock every single day to trade. That's crazy. That's nonsense. This is why people are losing money. This is why new traders are losing money, because they're going into stocks that they are completely unfamiliar with, and you just don't have, you're like out of your element. So pick 3, 4, maybe 5 names to trade on a regular basis. Keep your eyes on those names and look for patterns within the supply and demand zones. You can trade your gap up strategies or whatever if you see something good, but focus on a few names, and I really do think it's going to make you a lot more profitable, and you'll probably stop taking so many losing trades. And then number 5. All right, the 5th tip to make you a more profitable trader is scalp. Take quick profits. Take the quick move. Get in and get out. A lot of trading gurus tell us that we have to let our winners run, right? We have to hold for 2R or 3R or nothing. Live Traders says this all the time. Jared Wesley from Live Traders. Love that guy. Love his channel. Love what he does on his channel, especially with the patterns and stuff. I mean, he's really taught the internet a lot. He's done a lot of good for newer traders. But his strategy of holding for 2R or 3R, right? You have to hold until it hits your price target. It's just not realistic, in my opinion. And from my experience, it's not realistic, especially if you have a small trading account and you're a new trader. You need to anticipate quick moves. Take the profit. If you're up $100, take it. If you're up $50, take it. A lot of people think that they're going to buy at the open and then sell somewhere at the close and just hold all day, right? And they're going to make $1,000 with $200. No, that's crazy. That is just craziness. All right, focus on quick moves, scalping, take your profit, and walk away. This is how you're going to build your account. This is how I've built my account. And when I was, trying to hold for 2R or trying to hold for a specific price target, I'd be up $100, $200, and then, within an hour, I'm down 300, right? These stocks can reverse quickly, especially in these recent market conditions. These names can reverse so fast on you. So it's very frustrating for new traders when, they're up. Sometimes they're up maybe 30, 40 bucks. They should take the profit and they don't. They're like, I just want to hold for a little bit longer, hold and see if I can, make it $100 trade or whatever. They don't take the 30 bucks and then they're down 60, right? This happens to people. I mean, you shouldn't be focusing on the dollar amount, and you definitely shouldn't be looking at your P&L, but that would be like the 6th tip, and I'll have to make another video for more tips. But yes, these 5 tips, all right. Number 1, supply and demand strategy. Number 2, get rid of the indicators. Number 3, take less trades. Number 4, pick a few regular names to follow. And number 5, scalp and take quick profits. I really do think if you apply this to your trading strategies that you will find consistency, especially if you've been struggling. These 5 tips have made me so much better. I've been profitable for months now since following all of these steps, and I really do think it'll work for you. Obviously, this isn't advice. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you that you should take a stimulus check and throw it in a trading account and try to build your capital. But if that's what you want to do, if that's what you're trying to do, please try some of this stuff out. I really do think it'll work for you. And let me know down below, do you have any tips or any advice? I'm always willing to hear new ideas and hear back from you guys. I always want to learn. So let me know what's working for you guys in the comment section down below. Do you disagree with anything on this list? Tell me about it in the comments. Give the video a like, and as always, until next time, God bless.